Talk a little bit about the Army units. The Army outfits that went east of the reservoir were hurriedly patched together and poorly equipped for their mission. The artillery and tanks that were to support their advance were not organized in time to accompany them when they moved north out of Hagururi. The heavy weapons that aided the Marine breakout west of the reservoir were not there for the Army. And many of the soldiers in that fight had not yet received cold weather gear. Scores of them froze to death. It was the Army's bad fortune, too, that a large number of its officers and experienced NCOs had been knocked out of the battle at the onset. The two senior commanders, a colonel and a lieutenant colonel, were killed at the front of their troops. Most of the company commanders and platoon leaders went down. In a short time, the casualties of all ranks outnumbered the able-bodied, and some of the wounded had to be left behind. Platoons and squads dwindled to a few men and coalesced into small bands that fought until their ammunition was gone. Those who could walk or crawl then made their way back across the frozen reservoir to the Marine lines at Hagururi. For the soldiers, it was a disastrous fight, but it had one good effect. The Chinese division that mauled them was aimed at the attack on Hagururi. The fight the soldiers put up on the east side of the reservoir had slowed their advance, and that bought valuable time for the Marines. When the Army survivors made their way into Hagururi, those who could still carry on were re-equipped and formed into a provisional battalion that became part of the 1st Marine Division. They fought alongside us for the remainder of the campaign.